We are live and we are back. It is the Champions League edition of the podcast. And it's been a while. We've been on sabbatical. We're ready for action, ready to take the shots, ready to see uh, who has really missed us and who hasn't. But nonetheless, I still got my regular podcast crew coming through. Myself, Vibe Dusty, joined by the Don of Old Gen, Kieran.
It's James. It's been a while. Good to be back, man.
I see you rocking the Juve there.
Shoo!
Sure. and and then my second co-host, you will know him. You know me as Vibe Dusty. You know Kieran as the Don of Old Gen.
Yes,
And
sir.
now we've got Big James.
First of all, I don't like the amount of bass you used when you said that. What's up, good people? It's good to be
I
back.
thought
It's
you were
good to
gonna
be.
like it, Shane. I tried to get the mood right, the fuma in the voice.
I'm
Mm.
actually in a very good mood due to things that transpired this morning.
Care to remind us there?
The goat returned and performed in dominant fashion. Mr. Jonathan, and no, I'm not talking about Donza. Mr. Jonathan Bones Jones doing
Yeah,
what goats do.
I
Yes,
saw.
yes.
I was unfortunately asleep for that fight. It looks like it was something that I needed to go and have a look at. Just take us through a short 30-second highlight reel of Bones Jones.
It was proper dominant fashion. Go watch his previous fights. You're basically seeing the same thing. But Stipe tried to get going. Stipe Miocic, who's known as one of the greatest, if not the greatest UFC heavyweight. But like Jones always does, he dissects you, he picks you apart. He was kicking him so hard in the stomach, I thought someone would need to bring a JoJo toilet for him. Like it was bad.
Yes, yes. You see, I was trying to find like a nice royalty free or copyright free that we don't get struck for the Champions League anthem. Couldn't find it, so I'm also not gonna, go out on a limb and do it free limbo voice style. We're not here for that. You're gonna see the numbers go very quickly. But yeah, um,
Uh,
it's good to be back. No league for a long time, no podcast for a long time. We've had some activities in the background. We are now currently busy with the Champions League. Um, and that is what this podcast slash stream is all about. I think maybe if before we get into, how it started, who's where, who's got the goals, and all of those things. Our Sunday streams are traditionally those who are there for the team of the week, the
yes,
guys who have done the business. So I think let's start off on that high note. And on that note, I hope I don't have any private stuff open here
James, the
because
day I
it's
wear my
liable.
cap, you don't wear yours, bruh.
Thanks, bro. I was
Yes,
Uh,
I was I was delayed in preparing myself. I couldn't powder my nose. I couldn't find the shirt. Something
uh,
that would go over my chest. I think I say too many things with my chest. Now things don't go over the chest.
yeah. So I'm gonna have to do it this way. Um, because I've lost the ability for some reason to get it into the PDF format. So nonetheless, let's see if I can zoom it in there a little bit uh, as we move our way through. All right. So we've got that goalkeeper. We've got Shiloh Da Costa. Our three centre backs in offence Soka, Liam Quickfall and Pavendran Govender. Our centre mids, Kieran, I know you'll be happy about the one. Keanu Santos and Andy Hadebe. Keanu showing he's not just a guy. He's not just a guy on old gen. He can come and rock it with the new gen guys as well. So welcome to the big boy league. On the left hand side, we've got TZ Mansoor. On the right hand side, we've got Prashen Sukraj at Cam, otherwise known as God's Foot in the New Gen community, Ryan Conradi, and our two strikers, Lucian Governor and Ibrahim Minty, of all
Minty.
people. I think last time I checked in the group, Minty was getting clowned for playing striker. Now he's team of the week for the second week of the Champions League. Yeah, how quickly things can turn around. Huh? Any comments from you guys around guys' name?
I mean, TZ is expected. I usually don't expect anything less from him. Offensive playing CB is a bit of a surprise for me because I know he usually plays in the midfield. But yeah, good change as well, I guess. Pavendran, usual name. They're always there, no matter what. It's actually interesting that there's four bowlers players here. Like Keanu said, he said if you're not bowlers or Zamalek and City lads, then you fodder. So at least he's he's around his heroes. You know, that's a good
thing. He said it with his chest, and he can back it up.
Whole chest. We will remind him.
Yeah. Right. So that is our guys who have made it into the team of the week for the second week of the Champions League. Right. So now if we move away from there and then we go to how things have started and how things have gone into, I think Old Gen has had their No Rules Cup version 2. And for the new gen side, while we have all of the teams, recalibrate, move, get guys the game. Just so you guys know, I think Black Friday special for EA, 50% off. Maybe I shouldn't. They need to sponsor this video or this podcast for me to be plugging them like this. Also, this game's yeah. So if you guys retweet. If you guys are still looking to get your hands on the game to come and join our lovely Pro Clubs community, the specials are coming. So yeah, game share is nice. Yeah. So firstly, teams that made it into the Champions League. So as you guys know, you needed to finish in the round of 32. Of the No Rules Cup to qualify automatically, and then the remaining spots, which is 4 spots, went through playoffs. Very, very sweaty to get in. So yeah, as we look at the teams participating, City Lads, Zamalek, Sinless. I don't know why it's esports. It should be Sinless Pirates. Red Bull Esports, Chromatic X, Ballers FC. Very interesting there also. No more VSQ. What happened to the VSQ guys? Drop it there down in the links. Executive FC. We've seen this in the new gen group, in the SNL group every single Saturday. Maybe I should have had my suit on there.
Every single day. Every day.
Guys think you look nice in a suit and you can play the game. Waza is your man. The boardroom is nice. DSG Beasts, Legends Dynasty making a comeback. Old Velocity Legends, La Furia, Cyber Brothers, Elite CPT, Vaseline Boys, retired CF. Never seen a retired team so competitive in my life, but we move. Knock Knock, MF, RBZA, Evo, Celestial Dragons, 11 Gents, Unleashed, Jabronis, 7 Stars, Kenyovi, Two Touch, TMT, and then Uganda Cranes, Blue Lions, Supreme Gaming, the Davi Boys, Meta Zero, Battleia, SEL Esports, Treacherous Simple, Samba, Footy Kings, and Jaeger. Footy Kings and Jaeger. Might as well throw Samba in there. Ish. You are there to give goals to the big guys, eh?
Bang.
Goals
Yeah.
and points.
Right. First things first. City lads played 8, 1-7. So nobody. If we go by Arsenal's standpoint of invincible, you've got 4 teams that have gone invincible. The guys who normally, if you don't lose, okay, cool, you can call yourselves invincibles, but surely you should win all your games as well. But anyway, we will leave that for another discussion. City lads played 8, 1-7, drawn 1, 48 goals scored, and only 4 conceded for 22
Damn it.
points, right at the top.
Is
Vincent
this,
very rightfully.
is this with Vincent at goalkeeper?
Yes. That's why he's in the chat saying City, City. He decorated the SNL group very nicely with, I think, 54 instances of the sticker City lads. I saw he got removed later. Yeah. Before we dissect the table, we have a question for those of you who are live on stream. And again, I did apologize in the banter group in advance for this question, but I think it's very topical, Champions League themed and all. So, question number 1. The question of the day is: will we ever see Arsenal win the UEFA Champions League in our lifetime? Question of the day: will we ever see Arsenal win the UEFA Champions League in our lifetime?
Maybe when I'm 80 years old. Maybe when I'm 80 years old, bruh. I don't think I'm gonna see it now in the next 9 years, but I don't see Arsenal winning a Champions League yet.
Right, but you never know. I mean, look at Liverpool. Half of Liverpool's fan base were not born the last time Liverpool won the league, and they got to see it just a few years ago. So you never know what could happen.
Ah,
But if
with
Arsenal might as well be packaging milk because they're just like bottling things and sending it to your house.
and with Kai Havertz as your striker, bruh. I'm not so sure about you winning a Champions League.
But they've got Havertz as a striker. Havertz won Chelsea the Champions League, apparently.
And what
Havertz?
Havertz doing now?
We are seeing some of the Arsenal fans come out of the woodwork. COVID Cup has a star Dames. It's a COVID Premier League. It's not a Premier League, apparently.
I'm trying to be
Right.
nice to the poor Arsenal guys. It's tough.
So basically saying I'm playing bad cop and you're playing good cop.
Yeah, so sometimes I have to switch the role. I can't always be the bad cop.
Yeah. All right. Continue to we'll leave the question of the day down there at the bottom in case anyone else joins. But yeah, keen to see the answers there in the comment section. Right. So, any surprises in the top 8 for you guys, or is it
Sinless.
expected
Sinless.
business?
Sinless as well.
Yeah.
Even though it's Pirates, but like we always say each season, they still got to gel with each other. Still got to learn how to play with new members. But
Definitely.
it seems like they didn't need it. Looks like Hitch threw in all the experience, but he has a lot of it.
So you're telling me you're surprised that these guys landed in the top 8 of the Champions League with these names on the squad sheet?
I thought at first they would be a mixture of the old Sinless Gems and
Mm.
the Pirates team. I didn't know that the really old school Pirates players came like when I mean old, I'm referring to Hitch because you know Hitch has been here before SAPL started.
Yeah. Chef D making his return. Uh,
Mm,
we see Kalen Raj, we see Jared Naidu. Yeah, basically only once in this guy
Yes.
survived, and that is the captain.
Yes,
How
Farida.
long is he still
Mr.
gonna be
Yes.
there? Maybe we should make that another question. How long do we think Yash will be in this team?
Wait, is he the captain or is Hitch the captain? Or is Yash the face and Hitch the captain?
The face that runs the place, you say, is John Cena. Should you
I
say
guess
AJ
whenever
Styles?
but I honestly I didn't expect a lot like so many of the ex-Pirates players to be in the squad. So I guess that's why the results are the way they are. These guys are
Yeah.
used to playing alongside each other for many seasons. You know? And shout out to executive as well. Like this is their first season together, and Wazza will never let us forget it. But let's just mention it again. Well done to them for getting into the top seven as well. They just put this team together. A lot of F&B players, a lot of players from other places as well. Very minimal. But yeah, apparently in the party, only Afrikaans is spoken. If you speak English, they don't sign you.
And you need to wear a suit every night.
Every night. You have to wear a suit. Very. You have to speak
It
Afrikaans.
brings aura.
Yeah. Yeah. So as we know, the top 8 went straight through to round of 16. And then 9 to 24 had to fight to get into the round of 16. So, any surprises here? Uh,
Definitely. La
People that should
Furia.
be in the top 8 but are not, or maybe people that shouldn't have even made it into the conversation but forced their way in. What do you guys think?
Not gonna
Go
lie,
first, Ken.
bruh. Not gonna lie. La Furia, bruh. New team and all comes into new gen. Gets top 10. I'm sure Imtiaz and Marawan is running the club now. And look, they above everyone that's been in new gen for a while. Cyber Brothers, Knock Knock, Celestial Dragons, Vaseline Boys. All those teams that should be, in my opinion, a bit higher than what they are. So I see the boys putting in the work, and yeah, it's just a big surprise that they made it up there. But GG's to them, man.
Hmm. Times? Any shout
Yeah,
outs?
I mean, look, Cyber Brothers, I understand why they placed there since Owens basically said there's the keys to our car with flat tires. We're not calling AA assistance. You're the last one that was in the car, so I'm giving you the keys. Bye. We're catching a lift with our friends. That's what basically happened to Cyber Brothers and the new takeover. So the person that's captain now had to try and scramble and find players. So even though they went through that sitting 11th, just 3 points off the guys within the top nine isn't bad at all, you know, considering that they lost a whole lot of their players. Vaseline boys, okay, elite. Knock Knock MF. I'm not sure what's going on with them in this season, but coming from doing so well in their first season in the Prem, or at least half of it last season, going down. Yeah. Do me a favor, please. Can you just click on RBZE ZA Evo's hyperlink? I just want to look at some of these results. Mind just scrolling down for me. Thank you. I appreciate you, Dusty. I really appreciate you. Okay, Sinless
Man's
3-1.
putting me to work, yeah.
Knock
Uh,
Knock 7-2. Oh, Vaseline Boys 2-0. Okay. So Vaseline Boys is not fodder. Okay.
Uh,
Traumatic. 2-1.
Yeah, we might just need to check. Some of these might be SNL fixtures, but
Oh.
let me just see. Let me just see. Or it might be. I don't know.
Wait.
Let me see. How do I? Anyway, we're not going to trap ourselves over. Let me just see, because it's supposed to be 8 and Champions League started. So 3,
Yeah.
6, 8. Yeah, it should be fine because they made it to the round of 16.
Yeah.
Yeah, they made it to the round of 16. So yeah, that's how they were getting into the team of the week as well. So we'll have a look at the chart, don't you worry. But yeah, RBZA Evo getting this one. This one was a big one.
Yeah, especially against Knock. That was big.
but
Then
in the
knock out
return fixture,
in the
yeah,
second leg, but not really enough. Not really enough. And then they went toe to toe with Sinless Esports, and Sinless Esports coming out.
Sunless
They needed a
Pirates.
third game. Yeah, my bad. Sinless Pirates. They needed a third game to sort that one out.
Even with Executive as well, going 1-1 there. So that was a good result. I mean, Executive have put together a very good team. Cyber Brothers 2-1 as well. But yeah, just a reminder that not only two teams run this league, not everyone else is fodder. Anyway.
Yeah, well, they can still argue some of it since they made it further than some teams that want to argue. Legends
That is true.
Dynasty included.
That is true.
Nonetheless. Then the guys who just fell out after all the fixtures were done: Uganda Cranes, Blue Lions, Dames, unlucky, Supreme Gaming.
My boy Wade. What's going on, brother? What's going on?
Any surprises? Yeah, I don't think I see any.
nah,
Yeah, respectfully, no, I don't. I really,
Yeah.
really don't.
unfortunately not.
Yeah. So
TMT,
those
actually. I'm sure to see TMT.
those that is how the table shaped up for the Champions League on the New Gen side. Some teams obviously getting a bit of a more favorable run than others. Some people having to fight demons in the beginning and then their qualification. Not gonna name names, but they know who they are. We have a question. We have something in the chat here where they say. What about Meta Zero, the former erratic Swarmers? I mean, let's look at their fixtures. 3-3 Uganda Cranes, lost to Vaseline Boys, lost to Seven Stars, drew with Knock Knock,
No.
good result, lost to Sunless Pirates, got their win against SAL Esports, unlucky, Unleashed, lost to Unleashed. So, yeah, Unleashed, not an easy game. This is bias. I know it's not an easy game, but I can't say it since it's my team.
It's not an easy game.
Thank you. We did not claim to say that, guys. Sunless Pirates, not an easy game, even though Legends also took them to a 0-0 draw. Anyway. Yeah, so I guess we could call it that since they did get results against some good teams, but then I mean, losing to Seven Stars, Vaseline Boys, Uganda Cranes. I saw a question. I saw a question in the New Gen group the other day. Oh no, it wasn't a New Gen group. It was the New Gen captains group, where the Uganda Cranes captain wondered to himself, like, what would happen if a SAPL team and the Uganda Cranes team played against each other?
on their ping. I think I did
On the
see
same ping.
on the same ping. I did see that. I did see that. I mean, I've tested it a few times with Uganda Cranes. When I was still captain of the ASA back then, that same Uganda team, I allowed them to send so that we could play on their ping, just to build character. And respectfully, the result remained the same. So I don't know. Who knows?
Disrespectfully, the result is always going to stay the same.
It looks like we locked some of the Sinless Pirates guys onto the stream. Well done, guys.
Yes, yes. Someone went to fit someone. Someone went to fit someone.
All right, all right.
Love it.
We should get ready for it in the new gen group a bit later. Nonetheless, right. So that's how things shaped up over there. So then, how did things look in the bracket? So in the elimination round, so like I said, these are all the teams that got in from position 9 to position 25. Vaseline Boys getting the better of 11 Gents FC 2-1 and 1-1. Unleashed needing the second game uh, to get through. So losing 1-0 on the first leg, but winning the second leg 2-0. Yeah, I'm getting PTSD from looking at that one.
Sure. Yeah, nah.
A rematch. Yeah. So Legends getting the better of 2-touch in the first leg by 1-0, but unfortunately in the second leg, both teams sitting. Yeah, there they are. There they are.
Yes.
Check the chat.
And we said Sinless Pirates with our chest.
2-touch beating Legends Dynasty by 3-0 in the second leg after sitting in the lobby for 45 minutes trying to connect to each other. And when they do connect, one team can't control their players. So yeah, that was not so nice to be part of. Cyber Brothers 3-0, 5-0 wins over 7 Stars. RBZA Evo knocking out Knock Knock 7-2 and losing 3-2 in the second leg. Retired, maybe surprisingly, losing to Celestial Dragons 2-1 in the first leg and 1-0 in the second leg. La Furia getting the better of Kenyovi. First leg 2-1 and then 3-all draw in the second game. And then Elite CPT beating Jabronis both times by 3-2. Which meant that the round of 16 was City Lads versus Vaseline, Traumatic versus Unleashed, DSGBs versus 2-touch, and then Red Bull Esports versus Cyber Brothers. If we go further down, Sunless Pirates versus RBZA Evo, Ballers FC versus Celestial Dragons, Executive against La Furia, and oh my goodness, Summerlake versus Elite CPT. So, yeah. Where does that leave us now going forward? Tantalizing fixtures. Because first on the list of the quarterfinals, we have City Lads versus Traumatic. Predictions?
Oh, that is, it's a difficult one. I mean, respect to both teams for going this far. We both know that they have good teams, but with no disrespect to my boys at Traumatic, I'm gonna have to go with City Zama lads.
City Summerlands.
They've been doing extremely well. they've, they've been killing the SNLs, you know. So I think it's going to be a tight game for both of them. I mean, Traumatic never goes down without a fight, or at least comes there to punch you in the face. But City Lads has been in great form recently, so I'm going to go with them
I think
respectfully.
we've received a petition to change City Lads to SNL Lads because they can't stop winning SNL. Maybe we should go back to the glory days of when Pirates used to win SNL and put it on the Twitter feed. Maybe that can be our new SNL rivalry. Let us know if it's going to go down, boys. Come on, I know you guys want to. Right. Second quarterfinal, DSGB's Red Bull Esports. Sounds like a battle of the pros.
That's Kieran. You can go with this one. This is a difficult one.
Yeah, ish. I only know one player out of both those teams, and that's Kratos, literally. So I, I I
No,
can't
but
even
thankfully
speak.
he's the one commenting in the chat.
Look at that, bruh. And I can't even speak biased, bruh. So I feel like there's both legs is gonna be draws, and then they're gonna take it into a third game, and then DHGPC is gonna come out on top in that third game with a 1-0 win.
Hmm, hmm, interesting. Then we move on to quarterfinal number 3.
Hey, this
Esports.
was a good
Shame
one.
I should not pick on them anymore. Sinless Esports versus Ballers FC. Ballers
Pirates
FC.
vs. Pirates, one would say. OGs would say.
I just want to point out one thing that you see the Ballers scoreline in the first leg,
Yeah.
2-0 against Celestial. And then in the second leg, they beat Celestial by 6-0. I just want to say that that 6-0 came without AD, without Justy, without NLB Flyer, without Jamie.
Craig.
So, yeah, just saying.
But this will be an interesting game. I mean, like we were saying, the Sinless Esports guys are built off the old Pirates team, and we know that Pirates team is very good. Even the individual players as well. Now that they've come back together, that rivalry that you remember they used to sort of have a rivalry back in the day, if I remember correctly. So this will be an interesting game. I would love to see this. Actually, to watch this game. If any of the Pirates guys or the Ballers guys are here, can you all stream that for us, or at least for me? I would love to watch that game.
My team's knocked out. Maybe we can even
Yeah, since we're knocked out, I have
play a
nothing else to do.
commentary there.
Exactly. Since I have nothing else to do.
Right, and then the
Definitely.
last but not least, the Suits against Zamalek FCC.
Yeah. You, hey, it's gonna. Respect to a lot of our bras there in executive, of course, they can give up. They'll always come there being prepared to fight, no matter which team it is. But at the end of the day, it's Zamalek, and you have to push bias aside, or your friendship with bras, and be honest. And it's gonna be a long 2 legs for them, a long 2 legs for them. Even if some of Zamalek is at City Lads, that's okay. It's still Zamalek.
Yeah. All right. So I think this will be before we move into the stats portion of the podcast. The next question we have for you guys on is: who do we think is the Real Madrid of the SAPL Champions League? So I think we can all agree, Real Madrid, the most successful, if not, let me say, one of the most successful, if not the most successful team in the Champions League. Um, like, if we had to kind of like bridge this out, let's assume or let's think that this is going to be a annual iteration in the SAPL. Who do we think has it in them to be the Real Madrid? Who is the Chelsea? Who is the Arsenal? Who is the you know? Let's. I'm keen to see some comments over there. Uh, Times, what do you say?
I mean, I'm gonna go with Zamalek. And when I'm saying Zamalek, I'm talking about two teams. So I'm going to I'm going to go with these two. I mean, Zamalek has been dominant for we all know how long, and some of the branch of going to City Lads as well. City Lads were already a good team naturally, even before some of the Zama players came through. To play Champions League or permanently, I'm not sure. I'm not going to make that assumption, but that's how it's been going. And So those two teams, I think, have the capability of doing it. You can also never write off bowlers. Bowlers, you can never ever write off bowlers because bowlers have, even if they have a bad season or they have a good season, whatever it is, they always find a way to stay within that top four. I mean, and let's put Sunder's esports in there because of the Pirates players. So who are also who are used to also being in the top four, top five, like they used to when they had the old Pirates before they all sort of branched out. And now that they're all back and all playing in the same team, so I think it's only right that we give that to them as well.
I think we've got a stat coming in there from SAPL Gaming. Zamalek has only lost about 5 or so games since we moved to New Gen.
Crazy.
We are in the New Gen era for about 4 or 5 seasons now. 4 seasons.
I think it's 4.
And only losing 5 games, that's ridiculous. We'll get
It's
our fact
madness.
checkers on there, on it. But we trust our SAPL gaming chief there with that statistic. That's crazy.
That is madness.
Right. And then I think while we go through the stats, just have this festering, just think about it for a little bit. Do you like this version of the Champions League? And if so, is it something you would like to see happen more often in SAPL? And when we mean more often, it doesn't mean every season. Could be a one-time life cycle thing, or something along those lines. But would you like to see something like this happen again? All right. Now, statistics. Who is leading Golden Boot? Right. Should I enlarge this? I don't think I can. But yeah, we have Dylan Repsi van Tonder with 17 goals so far in the Champions League. We've got Sisa Kata with 16 goals. I don't know who this lad is, to be honest with you.
Same, actually.
But yeah, this guy's come out of nowhere and banged in 16 goals. But then again, this is like 33 goals out of their 48. But they've scored more in knockouts, so it could be a lot more. But nonetheless, with 13 goals, Jared Naidu from Sinless Esports. 12 goals, Darren Adams, Elite. Doesn't matter where Elite is on the table, Darren Adams will be in the top 5.
Meta is nice, man.
Goals. Ibrahim Minty in 5th place with 12 goals. So yeah, let's just cut it off to there. Race for the Golden Boot, Repsi, Sisa, Jared, Darren, and Ibrahim Minty. 5 goals apart at the moment. Sisa and Dylan looking more likely to go for it. We know now City Lads are going to take on, is it Traumatic, if I remember correctly?
Yes, Traumatic.
So the games are going to get tougher. Do we see Jared making a late push? Do we see Dylan keeping his top spot? What do you guys think over there?
Who's Sinners playing again?
Ballers.
Ballers.
Ooh.
So
Tough games
Jared's
for
going to have
both.
to score quite a few.
Yeah. I mean, if you look at Traumatic's defense, so Dylan and Sisa is also gonna have a tough time scoring and putting in goals, especially with Ibrahim Ali going back to Traumatic. So I feel like all three that's top 3 strikers are gonna have a very tough time getting some goals. It all depends on their central attacking midfielder. So I think Jared will maybe go above Sisa, but Dylan will keep his number 1 spot after this run quarterfinals.
Interesting.
All right. Let me just do something because I think I just made a rookie error. Yes, I did make a rookie mistake. It's actually Preshen who's on top of the goal scoring charts with
Ooh.
Also,
Ripsy.
Solanke.
So yeah, Preshen, Dylan, Sisa, Jared, and Darren. We can include Monty since he's tied with Darren for fifth. So yeah, it's gonna be interesting. Ballers may or maybe not have the more favorable tie. I think that might go to Zamalek, but yeah, it's gonna look very, 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 very interesting after this. If we look at the assist charts, for the Champions League, Joshua Gopal running away with it at the moment, 12 assists. We got another Joshua, so we got a double J or J squared. Gamarov from RBZA Evo. It's a three-way for second place. So it's Joshua Gamarov from Evo, Imtiaz Isaacs from La Furia, and Justin Krul from Ballers, all on 9 assists, with Jay featuring with 8.
Never.
We got Dylan Marinus from Elite.
Why
So
did Dylan have my surname? Crazy.
I was about to say,
Family.
maybe you've got some long lost family.
Brother.
What are we
Surprised to see
saying?
Inti in the top 3. Surprised to see
Is
Inti in the
Josh
top
gonna run
3.
away with this, or are we gonna see someone catch him? So we
I
know
don't
Definitely
think
not Imtiaz.
Him is out of the race, unlucky. Your 9 assists will stay 9 assists.
Yes, sir.
So essentially, we're just looking at Gopal, Gamarov, Crew,
Goodrich.
and Goodrich.
I
Maybe
I
Preston and Fashif could come in there late, but yeah.
with the amount of goals that City lads is scoring, and if Josh is the general of those goals, then I don't think they're catching him. He's probably going to get more. But shout out to RBZA Evo as well. Representing team of the week and in assists, even in goal scoring, coming into a new gen and still performing well. So respect to you, gents. Shout out to you, gents.
Yes, sir,
Banter
bro.
aside. Banter aside, well done.
Right. I'm not gonna go into the other like pass percentages and all those things because that could be negatively influenced by guys who play one game, and those types of things. So we could see someone with 100% pass percentage but only play 2 games.
Yeah.
We should have the pound for pound ready by the end of the Champions League. So that tends to filter the stuff out very nicely. So yeah, when we close off the Champions League, those stats will be. We will go into those types of things, but with everything that we've said that has been done, that is still to come. What prediction time? Prediction time. Who are we backing to win the Champions League? 36,
Oh,
17, 8 are left standing. Who will be the last man standing? Oof, that poetry
I'm
was a
go.
bit.
I'm going to do this. I'm going to say because I can't choose between the two of them going against each other due to the circumstances of the mixture of players. I predict a City Lads and Zamalek final.
Same. I was gonna say the
Okay,
same thing.
all right. City Lads in a Zamalek final. So we're basically
Respectfully,
just saying the guys who were tired of winning at Zama and wanted to go win somewhere else are now going to challenge for titles again.
I mean, it seems like it if we look at the table and we look at the results as well. It kind of seems like it. So I think it's going to Zama wins at the end of the day. So whether it's City lads or No, but again, respect to the City Legends because they were a good team even before some Zama players came. They were a competitive team. Then, jokes aside, they were doing well even before them. They're just doing much better now with the mighty Josh and Repsy and a few others.
Okay. And then the last one, who would you like to win the Champions League?
You can go, Kieran.
Sure. Ah, I don't know a lot of. Okay, I know all the teams, but I don't know a lot of players, and I feel like everyone's tired of seeing Zama ballers winning. I'm sure everyone wants to win something, so I'm gonna go with. I was gonna say that maybe we don't see a City Zama final. Maybe we see a sinless Troll final. Maybe we see a ballers RBZO Red Bull Esports. Are they still in? If I'm correct. Red Bull Esports final. So it can go to anyone. I mean, everyone has to pull up their socks. Everyone has to push through in this quarterfinal. And who I think who I want, the team I want to win is probably Sunless Pirates, Sunless Esports Pirates, whatever you want to call it. But yeah, shout out to my brother Yash. I've played with him at Celestials, if I'm correct. So I'm gonna back him for this one.
For me, and this year, I'm not even gonna lie, strictly on me being biased. But if I could have to pick, I'd pick between Traumatic, my boys at Traumatic, or my boys at Executive to get this. But Executive comes with dangers because Waza will never let us hear the end of it. My days. My days, and I
You're
don't
gonna
think
see
I'm
the
mentally
sticker
prepared for
everywhere.
it. Oh, I don't think I'm mentally prepared for that. But yeah, I'd love for the boys at Traumatic to get something. They've
Yeah.
been here for a while. They also have a good team as well. So either Traumatic or Executive for me, if I have to pick.
Times you're being accused of looking for a contract
Who says
at
this?
Traumatic.
Traumatic. Nah, Junaid don't like me. Junaid don't like me.
Right. And then lastly, we have another international competition coming up for our national team. And it's going to be a Confederations Cup. And the following teams have been confirmed. Please ignore the date on the post as it is right now. It is kicking off on the 1st of December. So, yeah, look out for potential call ups. I believe they have already started. So, check the DMs. Maybe you're getting a call up to play in the Confederation Cup. But these are the teams who have currently made it: Costa Rica, Venezuela, Chile, Ecuador, Argentina, Panama, Colombia, Uruguay, Egypt. Oh, African Derby, please, please. Angola, Cuba, Lesotho, Syria, Kurdistan, Mexico, South Africa, Mozambique, Brazil, and Peru. Yeah, so that will be coming very shortly in about, I think, 2.5 weeks' time. So look out for communication from us. Look out for communication for any commentary that might happen on games in the run into the Champions League final. So yeah, as we ramp up, things haven't changed, plans haven't changed. We do have a preseason cup that will be upcoming, and just a reminder that if you don't play in the preseason cup, you lose your spot for the league. So please make sure that you guys registered, are going to register. Sort out the administration so that you don't lose your spot when the league comes around in January. And oh my goodness, I know we can't wait for the league to kick off. So, James, anything in closing before we knock off?
I just I want to tell all the doubters and the haters, in case you forgot, John Jones is the GOAT. Whether you like him or you don't like him, John Jones is the greatest martial artist to have ever walked this earth. But yeah, in closing, good luck to the gents that are still in the Champions League and are still pushing through. I guess I can't wait to see what the results hold. Like we may had to have picked teams or think who we think based on stats and results and how they did um, in the playoffs or even prior to that. But you never know what could happen. You never know what could change. Any team on their day could cook and do whatever happens. So best of luck to all of you, and we'll be watching for those of us that are knocked out.
Kearan.
So before I say anything, I see as a comment in the comment section. They say, Dustin, you would never told us your predictions for the Champions League. So Dustin, the fans and the people watching want to know your predictions for the Champions League finals.
Lucky you can catch me in the group. How about that?
Send location.
I ask the questions here. I don't give answers. But if I go with who I actually think, or like if we're talking prediction wise, I am going with a Zamalek. I'm trying to memorize who's in the top bracket. I'm gonna go with Zamalek RBZA final. And in terms of who I'd like to see in the final, I think I'd also like a traumatic executive final. I think it will be the most entertaining game.
It really would.
I think we'd see a very entertaining game in terms of the commentary during the game in the party. So yeah, sometimes you see the quality on the pitch, but the audio is quiet. We want entertainment in its whole form. So yeah. Kearan, you can close off now.
I just Dylan, Marinas, whoever you are, wherever you are, please do contact me. I want to know something because I no way, bro.
This is why people win the lotto and ask for their pictures not to be taken.
But I'm wishing everyone who made it in the top 8 into the quarterfinal all the best. Put your all into it. Don't, after the first leg, look down and say, we're not going to win anymore. Maybe you win the second leg, maybe you don't. But don't cry about it. The New Gen group is there for banter, not for crybabies. Say.
On that note, ladies and gentlemen, I can't close it off any better than that. It's been your boy, Baby Dusty. It's been Kearan the Don. And it has been Big Dames.